Here's an exciting bit of hocus pocus.
If a cobra comes out of there, it's yours.
I'll split it with you.
Oh. You pay your dues?
Believe it if I saw it.
I saw it, and I don't believe it. I'm starting to believe it. Hey, what a fool I was. What a fool. In scout camp, they had basket weaving, and I took up wood burning.
You wouldn't listen to me.
Give me the pipe. Say,
Pardon me, dear.
I'm going into business for myself. I'll check with you in a fortnight.
Junior's always eager to improve himself, always trying to pick up something new. Say, Princess, what about you and I seeking out some leafy dell where we can discuss you in terms of me,
Silent movies. I'd like to take you to a black and white world, a world of silent movies, colorless as words on a page, where shadows are stark and skin tones are shades of gray, a flickering celluloid world, without scent or texture, where people are classified as protagonists and villains, and there are clearly defined beginnings and ends. In such a world, we will be creatures of warmth and color amidst the flickering gray shadows. We will speak of rainbows and of wandering clouds and salty sea breezes. We will touch one another and know from our caresses textures soft and alluring. I will see in your eyes a world of gentle proportions. You will hear in my voice words that will make you smile and blush.
What a day. What a day. Roll in Samya. All ladies there. And here comes the fairest of them all.
Ah, Antonio, you wait.
What about Prince Emilio?
My heart is light. I dance.
What do you think of that?
Who should I be today?
What do you mean? Who should you be today? What choices do you have?
Who are you?
I'm the old grouch you saw when you looked into the mirror.
Do you like the way I look?
Of course I like the way you look. You are young and sexy. What's not to like?
You don't think this dress makes me look fat?
No. Why would I think nonsense like that?
Because you didn't say I was beautiful. Young and sexy, yes, but not beautiful.
Of course I didn't say you were beautiful. My wife is beautiful, and she's neither young nor sexy.
You don't care much for appearances, do you?
I care for appearances, all right. That's what people look at when they see you. Until they get to know you, anyway.
If you got to know me, would you think I'm beautiful?
Oh, sure. Do you want to get to know me?
No way. Get back into my mirror. You're old and ugly.
Tell her I'm out.
But, Doctor, she has a 3 o'clock appointment.
I wouldn't care. She had a 4 o'clock appointment. Boy, when I was in Darjeeling, those tigers, how they run. Huh? Tell her I'm out. Don't go out there and tell her I'm out. How do you do? How do you do? How are you? We've been waiting for you. Sit down. When I tell you to go out and tell one of these palookas that I'm out, go out and tell them I'm out. Don't have these buzzards walk in on me. When I don't want to see him, I don't. You just come in for the ride? Haven't I seen your face somewhere before?
Oh, probably you've seen me at the horse show.
Jockey?
Sir?
Oh, yeah. Can you open your mouth? Come on now. You got a bigger mouth than that. Open it. Oh, beautiful. Hand me that 404 circular buzzsaw, will you? Dropping, 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 dropping. Is that a 404 conical you give me? Here those pennies fall. Didn't hurt, did it?
Oh.
I know it wouldn't hurt you. Here, give me that packing, please. Thank you. Put that in there and just stuff it in there. Pardon me for just a moment.
You wouldn't let Arthur come here to see me, so I'm going to see him.
Excuse me a moment, folks. Come on. Stay in there. Now, what do you think of that? Keep you waiting? You said a mouthful. Open it just a moment there. All your lines busy?
it came out easily, didn't it?
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. It was a surprise to me. Excuse me, just...
My Santa Claus girlfriend. I like women who dress up like Santa Claus. Tall women with red boots and furry caps who wear bells that jingle when they walk. But it isn't easy finding a woman like that, especially when you're a factory representative, a salesman. Women like that go for lawyers and gynecologists and football coaches, or at least that's how it is in the Santa chick porno flicks. If I was going to find a Santa Claus girlfriend, I would have to convert her, get her while she was still young and innocent, seduce her into falling in love with me, then talk her into giving me a show, into wearing some of the sexy Santa lingerie that I use to dress up the mannequin I keep in my closet. So that was my problem. I didn't know any innocent girls. And when I imagined my collection of lingerie on a woman other than a mannequin, I could only think of my neighbor, Charlotte, who was an exotic dancer. So I went with my imagination and told Charlotte about my plan. Asked her if she had any ideas about where I might find an innocent girl that I could seduce. You have a collection of sexy Santa Claus outfits? Yes, I do. A very good collection. The best. I bought a lot of it in Las Vegas, some while I was in Paris. Most of it I ordered online. It's good stuff. The best. Charlotte took me to this place called The Dungeon. She put on one of my sexy Santa outfits and talked me into wearing handcuffs and leg irons that were fastened to the wall. She put on a blonde wig and danced to the music with the lights changing colors. Then this guy, Chuck, came in, wearing a Santa Claus outfit and dancing around. The next thing I knew, they were doing terrible things to my body, things that made me wince and speak in a high voice and caused me to chafe and to walk funny. I kind of felt ashamed about what had happened, and I avoided Charlotte for a long time after that. When I did bump into her again in the hallway of my apartment complex, I asked her if she would give me back my lingerie. She told me that first I would have to go back with her to the dungeon.
Why, it came out easily, didn't it?
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. It was a surprise to me. Excuse me, just... Open that door!
I can't. You locked me in.
Where's the key?
In your pocket.
Huh? Oh. People downstairs. Any patients?
Miss Minky.
Huh? Oh, yes. Have you ever had this tooth pulled before?
No.
This won't hurt you much. Get your foot out. Get it out. Just help. Thank you. I'm gonna give her gas. Not gonna pull me all around the floor.
Relax. Would you like a drink?
What is it?
Water.
No, thanks.
Stop! Cease! Well, it won't be long now. That female wrestler gone?
Yes, she's gone.
Strawberries in Babylon. Strawberries are grown in exotic locations, such as this plantation in the mountains of Thailand. They are harvested by little girls with soft, tiny hands who dress in strawberry outfits and delicately place the fruit into baskets. Though in some nations, farmers prefer to provide the girls buckets. Where feminine child labor is scarce, plantations will hire young boys who are rigorously trained to handle the fruit delicately so that it does not bruise. Each berry is carefully examined for taste and texture by virginal, sexually mature women who are sometimes referred to as nuns, even though they are not members of the Christian religion or of any other major religion. Frequently, the women eat naked or dressed in scanty outfits, or prefer to taste their strawberry alone in the privacy of the bedroom. To outsiders looking in, seeing these beautiful women, so ripe, so sensuous, so pregnant with procreative potential, it all seems a waste, a tragic misappropriation of human resources. Yet these barren nuns will tell you, if asked, that a strawberry is a sweet and a delicious delight.
Hello, little girl. What's your name?
My name's Mary Ann.
Mary Ann. Well, tell me, Mary Ann, is your teacher, Miss Crabtree, around?
No, she went to city for lunch.
Oh.
Hey, Bud, I wonder who that guy is.
Well, how do you like your teacher?
We think she's swell.
Ha ha. Say, can't you smile or do something? Come on, come on. Hey, you're a vicious little thing, you are.
I bet he's gonna marry Miss Crabtree.
The shoe salesman who was not French. Pierre was not French, and he was not Pierre. He only called himself Pierre because he was a seller of shoes. Not just any shoes, but shoes for men of distinction for people of a certain class and breeding, whose socks were never sweaty and whose feet were always perfumed. Pierre sold these men the best shoes, made of the best leather, stitched to perfection. He sold them shiny shoes that smelled like the interior of a new luxury car and fit like a new set of dentures, as if they had been molded precisely to the man's feet. He sold shoes that looked good even on men who did not look so good. Pierre enjoyed his job. He loved to sell shoes. He hoped that someday a woman would come to his department and buy a pair of men's shoes from him. He imagined that she would be a very large woman, a dangerous woman who would frighten his co-workers, Jacques and Danielle. She would come to his department, the men's shoe department, because her feet were so large that she could not find women's shoes that could fit her. He would flatter her and tell her that he thought that her feet were beautiful and that her toes were graceful and slender, and to him seemed almost petite for a woman who was so handsome and so large. Shoes, he would say to her, are the first article of clothing that people began to wear, even before they began to wear fig leaves, or underwear, even before they began to wear socks. He would tell her that shoes were the hallmark of good breeding, that they were a sign of a civilized woman, and that large shoes were a sign of a woman who is strong and intelligent and very sexy. Shoes, he said, are sports cars for our feet, houses for our toes, and shields for our souls. Customers came and customers went, telling him wonderful anecdotes about their shoes and their feet and their toes. They would talk of their triumphs and their silly moments of unexpected embarrassment. He waited on them and served them and relayed to them the anecdotes that other shoppers for shoes had told him. He enjoyed his job, and he worked long hours and made good money serving his customers. But the tall woman with the big feet never came to the men's department, and so he was left lonely without her. He waited and waited, selling shoes for long hours, day after day, hoping that she would come.
Oh, there's Sergeant Flood. Boy, he sure knows how to get the gang. You set him out. Well, I'll be seeing you later, Mademoiselle. Bye. 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 Hello, beautiful. Hello, handsome. Come on, boys, who'll buy a drink? I'm Clay. I'm going Clay. Then I guess it's just me and my baby, huh? Hey, where did you get that joy, baby stuff? She's my gal. Sells you. You sells me. And we'll settle this right now. Come on, baby. Choose between us.
Breasts. Richard had a fixation with women's breasts. Not the breasts of older women. He was quite sociable with older women. He talked to older women in a frank and polite manner, in much the same way that he talked to men of all ages and social positions. He was also amicable and social with children, regardless of their sex. However, When he saw a young woman who was sexually mature and of childbearing age, he could only think of one thing: her breasts. He would think of them so enthusiastically, with such wholesale attentiveness, that his cerebral cortex would lose its ability to articulate coherent thought, and he would begin to mumble, shuffle his feet, and stare at the poor young woman in a way that made her feel self-conscious and uncomfortable. He bought himself a pair of silicone breasts from an online pornographic bookstore. They were lovely breasts, firm and plump, with pink nipples. He mounted them on a plastic torso and inserted a long rod in the torso, then placed the entire assembly on a sturdy weighted platform with rollers. At night, if you peeped through the Venetian blinds of his living room, you might see Richard slowly dancing with the breasts to rhythmic, sensual music. He would bury his head in the breasts and talk to them of his dreams and passions, of his hopes for their future together, and of how he felt so fortunate and blessed to be here at this moment, his face sandwiched in such loveliness. When the moon was full, you might see Richard on the asphalt pathway beside the duck pond in the city park. The moonlight would reflect with a gentle sheen off the polymer skin of the breasts. Darkly floating on the pond, the ducks would sleep with their heads tucked under their wings.
I won't say no. I let your poor hearts pound, but you smile at me and around I go on the merry-go-run around.
You build us up till the sky seems low, then plop, I hit the ground. But you hold our hand and around we go on the merry-go-run around. When a friend says to me, where the heck are you bound? What the deuce can I say? Just around and around and around. You won't say leave and you won't say whoa. I tried to get on one, but you kiss me once and around I go on the merry-go-round.